Hi, I'm Francesca. That is my mind, black. Like all the other vision of minds of every people in the earth. I was thinking about the warm-ups project for the next week with a stress, really. You know, it has been very difficult to create something for you guys and for this presentation of myself because for me, in a few words, creation is not a command but a destruction. Pure and beautiful destruction of the person that was there inside us before this moment, and after all, also a huge suffering. And then you can easily understand that give me enormous suffering in just 6 hours, that Tuesday would have been a little bit self destructive for just a self portrait. The worst part then was knowing that one day I would have to explain it, and you know, I can't really stand too much with these methods and mechanisms in art. But please, don't get me wrong. Or just do it if you want, but what I just wanted to say more precisely was that sometimes what we create, what we see, and what we see created is just pure expression, you know, without too many philosophical frills behind it. So, at the end, I've choose banality. Now I can open my eyes one at a time, calmly, and then with a lot of struggle, I will try to seem an artist as you want and as you're all expecting from me. I will try to seem an artist a little bit more, explaining you the real meaning of this. Some years ago, my left eye decided not to work anymore, and for me, who I always had a very sharp sight, has been a real defeat, and sometimes it still is. No ophthalmologist has yet managed to understand the origin of what was called from them a visual defect, except for one. He told me that the problem is generated by a particular autoimmune disease which is appropriating of my eyes from within without leaving any trace of its passage. He told me, maybe this is a call to something much bigger. Every part of our body, external or internal, is deeply connected with something that is wrong in our mind. Maybe you're looking inside with too much self criticism, not very constructive, forgetting instead to accept the reality of the facts and what is really happening around you, derived from you. Your left eye has already begun to feel you, stopping seeing a little bit at a time. So please be realistic. Analyze the interiority and the individuality with less ferocity. I was only thinking about myself, you know, analyzing my vision of myself to madness. If my behavior with people was good or was wrong, and my problems with them. And then maybe my eye was just turning into an inner eye, turning backward or something like that. And, that made me think about how the side gives a very heavy influence of what we are, what we would like to be or become. That made me think also about how much we are fragile and about how easy it is to lose something that deeply characterizes us as living being from one day to the next, and how much we take certain ability of the human body for granted. What you're looking at in this Spartan and banner video is exactly what my left eye sees every day, in the dark or in the light, no difference. Anyway, that's my favorite part of myself: inner vision and external distorted vision for live a different life. There can be a lot of meaning for this project, but I'm still searching. That is not only about my side in the reality of my everyday life, but also the vision that I have when I think about my persona. Foggy, confused, with a little headache attached. Not boring, just frenetic. No time for clarity, just time for research, connection, quick looks that remain over time. How much is sight connecting to emotions? How much they can influence each other in creating our judgments about what we see and how we perceive it. Losing my eyesight has taught me to better observe more than I already did, to feel, to capture, to use all the senses. Me and the space, my energy and her dimension. For everything else, I mean, for what you asked me to do, yeah, well, I'm still looking. And you? What do you see?